I'm going to check. Let me check now. Take a picture. You can stand up, please. Take a picture and post online. Make sure you are tagging Isaac Inspires on Instagram and Isaac Inspires on Instagram. So I'm going to check now. The first person is going to get the gift, and the gift is going to be a food voucher from Isaac Food. Yes. So I'm waiting. So the hashtags, the official hashtags for this event is hashtag TDS2020 Isaac Inspires, hashtag TDS2023, hashtag Isaac Inspires. So yeah, who is going to be the lucky winner? I'm waiting. Who is okay? I'm waiting on. Nobody has posted yet. Please, can we stand up to our feet? Let's walk around. Stand up! I'm the commander-in-chief here today. Let's rise to our feet quickly and let's walk around, take pictures, exchange numbers, greet people. I know you are shy, but it's not. That's one of the reasons you are here. So please, can we do that quickly in the next 1 to 2 minutes? Thank you. Oh my God. Disgrace my career. Please stand up. Oh yeah, stand up. Nice. Shake hands with people. Greet people. Take pictures. You don't know who you might meet. Your next business partner might be here. So this row, you people are too serious, right? That lady, that fair lady, stand up, stand up. We are still waiting for our winner. Emmanuel. to ask for a follow-up. So if you are not networking, you are wrong. Continue, please. Once again, I want you to remember that the official hashtags for this event is talk about experiences, talk about some of the things you will be learning. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Can we reconvene? Can we have our seats quickly? Have our seats for those of us. Like I said, my name is Emmanuel. Rules before the event commences fully. Please, no distraction. People at the back. Thank you. There's a toilet at the back, immediately behind you. The one by my right and the one by the left. For anything on the floor, there's a waste bin at the back. If you need water, if you need any other thing, please. Our ushers are around. Make sure to them. Yes. Thank you so much. So let me come into the crowd. You tell me the name of somebody you connected with, and beautiful woman. How are you? All right. Who did you connect with? And you tell me something about them. Please, should we find her? All right. You can sit down. Hello, ma'am. Who did you connect with? And just tell me something about them. You can sit. I need someone with who did you Hope, how are you? Who did you connect with? And tell me person.
Okay, I just connected with Mayowa, and he said that he's a surprise planner.
Okay, can we give a round of applause, please? One more person from that side. Who did you connect with? Tell me something about the person. You don't remember? You will find people. Who did you connect with? Tell me, just tell us something about her. That's the only thing you. So what did you ask her? Hello, my name is Victoria. I'm outspoken. All right. You don't know that when you're meeting people. What's your name? Who did you connect with? You want to say his name? Just so fast. Nice to meet you, Halima. Nice to meet you, Michael. So nobody. Okay, I think Soft connected with me. How are you doing, Soft? Okay. Second thing we'll be doing quickly before the address. I'm still coming into the audience. You're going to tell me the name of 3 talented people you know, maybe celebrities, or even if you don't know them, just tell us Just my name is this. These are 3 people and their talents. Yes. If we know them clap, if we know them to start.
My name is Rihanna. Okay, your name, Amina.
She cooks well. Well, cooking is a talent. There are 2 more.
Alright.
You can mention popular. I actually want you to mention popular people. Who said that? She be another person in also.
For partaking in this vision, and I'm really grateful to have every one of us here, and by God's grace we are all going to be blessed today. The theme, your talent, how to discover and monetize your talent. This vision came to my mind on the 3rd of March 2023, and it dropped in my heart that the reason why most people are confused, depressed, poor is because they've not discovered that hidden talent, that special gift, that thing they can trade, that natural thing. Just because our talent looks natural to us, it looks normal to us. For example, I can cook. To me, I feel everybody should be able to cook. It's not just to go to the kitchen, mix Maggi, mix everything together, and then we are ready. I can spend 5 hours in the kitchen, but my mom, for example, no go area. She will tell you, let's just mix this thing and leave this place. But my feet is something I can do. Not until when I got to 100 level and they told me that, wow, you can cook. Then I sat down one day and said, okay, this thing I can actually turn into business, and to the glory of God, God is doing well with me in that aspect. So, like I was saying, we don't focus on that gift, we feel it is natural, it is normal, it is common. I can sing and no, there's nothing special about it. But we really need to realize that that's what God has given us. That's that thing that will make you unique. Okay, let's look at the prominent term because of their gift or talent. Let's go to music. Davido just released this song yesterday just because of what? His voice, his music, his gift. Though you can say he's not really good, but he's making it and he's still on that particular career. Let's look at our president. Leadership is a talent. Let's look at our pastor. To manage people is a talent. Let's look at great people doing exploit in the world today is because of their talent. So one thing I want to leave us with today is that our talent is something that would actually make us prominent. If you actually come here and you're sitting down, you're like, what will I turn to become? What will I be? Just ask, what is my talent? And when you discover that, you'll be able to do exploit with it. But that's not the end of it. We can actually discover the talent and not do anything without it. We can discover the talent and be complacent without it. We are not maximizing it. So there's a stage of maximization whereby you now focus on the talent, build, develop the talent. There's some talent that cannot be monetized. It is the value you place on the talent that will determine the money they will give you for it. You can't say, okay, this 20,000 naira. When people see you, wow, we can't invite this person for a show and be giving him 20,000. This person worth millions of naira, millions of dollars. So there's a stage of maximization. So TDS 2023 here today is just here. The program, the aim of the program is to help us see beyond what we have, see how to develop that hidden gift, how to develop that hidden potential. And by the grace of God, we have amazing speakers who will be joining us very soon that will really help us to see beyond what we have. So I want to beg us that please, let's be intentional. Let's be focused. Let's be intentional about everything we are going to be doing here today. Don't just sit like a mini meeting. Let me just go. We can take a step today, and the step in the next 5 years will be grateful to God that actually attended this program. Thank you very much.
Can we give him a round of applause? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And you're welcome, Mafumi. I have heard of Mafumi since I think I was in 100 level, and it's so I'm privileged to meet you today, man. Thank you so much. Can we celebrate Mafumi again? And celebrate yourself. Don't be tired of celebrating yourself. Celebrate your neighbor to your left and to your right. This is not the time for you to press your phone. Celebrate your neighbor. Great. Thank you so much. So I noticed that, when I said welcome the convener, everybody was just looking at me. So something. Whenever I welcome anybody on stage, you don't just, you know how we do it in I think primary school now. Pa, 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 pa. So we are going to do that, and we'll do it continuously till the speaker or whoever is coming on stage gets here. Do we agree? Do we agree? So let's do a sample. Are you ready? Can we welcome? Nobody's coming on stage. It's just an example. Can we welcome our first speaker, the Sholara man? Louder, 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 louder. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And another thing is, please ensure to write your expectations down for this event. Don't just attend this event casually. This event is both spiritual as well as intellectual and physical. So please ensure, if you've not done that already, kindly write down your expectations, kindly write down your questions. And I'm sure that when the speakers begin to speak, you would also begin to get questions. Ensure that you write it down. What did I say? Write it down. Tell your neighbor, write it down. So I have this quote, two quotes actually. There's no one that's a stranger. I wrote the quote. There's no one that's a stranger. We only have friends that we've not met yet. This event, I know, is a lot of learning, inspiration, transformation, aspire to Maguire. But then, ensure that you connect with somebody. Don't leave this place. Most of the benefits and the things I've enjoyed are from events that I've attended. People may not look like it. This man that is wearing senator like this now, he might be worth 1 billion. Yeah, he's my president in my department. I know his bank. I know everything about him. So, people may not look like. I'm sure someone might just be wearing palm slippers in this place, and you think because me I'm wearing suit, think I have money. It's a gentle. See, I came here. I know I will win giveaway today, so it's my giveaway that I used to take transport home. All right. Ensure to connect with people, ensure to get numbers, and ensure to take lots and lots of pictures. Remember, the official hashtag is hashtag TDS what? Oh my God. Hashtag what? And hashtag Isaac Inspires. Yeah, so we'll go on a video break for the next few minutes. But before we go on that break, we are going to do something. It's a call and response. Right? When I say TDS 2023, you say I am talented. Don't form my hand.
You're going to have a lot of things come against you. You're going to have people that tell you to stop. You're going to have challenges that tell you to stop. And
I live by two core principles. The first is that everything everyone knows, they learned. And I don't accept that I'm less intelligent than the next person, which means I can learn it too. The second is that every single excuse I have is valid, but that's still not going to give me the results that I want. The test is not whether or not you know the I live by two core principles. The first is that everything everyone knows, they learned. And I don't accept that I'm less intelligent than the next person, which means I can learn it too. The second is that every single excuse I have is valid, but that's still not going to give me the results that I want. The test is not whether or not you know the reasons for not succeeding. The test is whether or not you're willing to do whatever it takes to get to that next level. And a big part of the whatever it takes actually is just remain teachable. Just be a student of the game, a student of life, a student of those who've achieved. Your reality is your reality. You're not imagining it. You're not imagining that you're poor. You're not imagining that you're left out because you live in a third world country. You're not imagining that you're not getting the right quality of education to make you globally competitive. You're not imagining that, right? Okay, but now that you've got it, you can live in the emotion, and sometimes I do. I get really, really mad and really, really upset. But then the following morning comes and you realize that you've moved not an inch, expanded all of this time and this emotion. I mean, right now, if you think about the world we live in, just think about how much hatred there is. Think about how much anger there is. And yet we're not moving. So what really pulls me out of it, and it's an honest conversation with me, is I go, do you want the emotion or do you want progress? Because you can't have both. I'll give you an example. You're at the gym, you're curling, you're rep 8, and your body starts to fire off those signals and your brain goes, stop, it hurts. If you stop, you get the emotion, you don't get the progress. So if you talk to any decent athlete, they'll tell you that where the pain starts is when the work starts. So you either get the emotion or you get the progress, but you can't have both. We're living in this world today where everybody is just so deeply embedded in the emotion. I want to be angry at Tom because he's X, Y, and Z, and I want to be angry at Vusi because, yeah, yet you make no progress. So yours and my challenge, I think, as a generation is how do we give the world progress? So sometimes we've lost a sense of perspective. It's not easy, but damn, it's much easier than it's ever been. And you have a responsibility to own your progress. The hardest thing to do is to enable people to see themselves as they are. When somebody asks the question, who are you? How do you answer that question? Are you the job you have? Are you the place you come from? Are you the lineage of your ancestors? Are you the qualifications? Are you your geography? Who are you? We've put these people in positions of power and leadership whose mindset was not disentangled from the way things used to be. So they bring an oppressed mind into a freedom construct. Then they act like oppressed people, and we wonder why the results are the way they are. I think the language is important here. I'm not saying Black people don't deserve freedom. I think that's an important point to make. First of all, freedom isn't something you deserve. It's a God-given right. It's like breathing. So you shouldn't have to justify why you deserve to. And often people that approach that conversation heard me to say, Black people don't deserve freedom. And I'm going, no. The idea that you deserve it means there's something you have to do to earn it. Itself is fallacious. There is nothing you have to do to earn the right. That said, if you accept, and we all do, in hundreds of years of structural exclusion and oppression, not only of the Black body, but of the Black mind, we weren't ready for freedom. What I mean is, we got it, but we haven't freed our minds. What we're doing is we're defaulting to the reasons and excuses we had pre-freedom for why we're not doing the shit we should be doing in freedom now. The point of departure is when you're free, you don't find the need to explain your freedom. You just are. And it was a reflection. It was, okay, so we got it. But were we ready for it? Are we using it to the best of its ability, this incredible freedom we enjoy? Are we really being transformative? Are we being imaginative? Are we doing new, great, and powerful things? Are we being a generation? My dad used to say to me, you will always be the worst at something the first time you do it. First time you do anything is the worst time because you don't have the skill set. But as you do it, what happens is you mature, you get better, and you learn, right? So that's what I mean by that, is the reason it's important to start is because all of those stories, that self-narrative that you've been saying and toiling in your head, the excuses are valid, the world isn't fair, and guess what? At the beginning, it is going to be tough. But the only way out of it is to start. There is no other way out of it. You can't negotiate with it. I have to tell you, that changed my entire life. So anytime I find myself stuck now, I recognize that often the reason I'm stuck is because I'm focusing on the output and I'm not focusing on my input. So we always think about leadership. We think about the general in the army, the guy who marshals the troops, who's like, I'm the general and I'm the boss. That's what people think about. But I'm more interested in what was that guy thinking the morning he woke up, knowing he's about to send 100,000 young men and women into the field of battle and they might not go home to their families. I'm more interested in that conversation. I'm not interested in how does he show up. I'm interested in what is he telling himself. Because how does he show up is, again, outcome. It's output. We're seeing him standing on the stage, right? But what led to that? How does he have so much self-belief? And how does he have so much courage? Even in the face of adversity, how is this guy still believing we can win the war? How do you show up to your family? How do you show up to your friends? How do you show up to yourself in the mirror? Because, you know, that moment will come too, right? Where you do something that you know is wrong, or you fail, or you're not proud of yourself. When you look at you in the mirror, what do you say? So what we do is we actually do an exercise called So What? What would your life look like if you lost the business? You go, well, you know, it would look like X, Y, and Z. And I go, and if that's where you were, so what? And what happens is 7 or 8 so what's later, people get to what is their actual fear. So what? So I'd be poor again, and I don't want that. I remember that. I remember going to bed hungry. I don't want to be poor again. Oh, okay. So actually the reason you work like a dog and you don't see your kids and you've completely no balance and you're completely overweight is because you're scared of poverty. Just face it. Now you can look it in the face and say, poverty, I'm scared. And there's nothing wrong with admitting that you haven't conquered that fear. Just be aware of it. I think it's an incredible gift to have somebody that believes in you, especially when you don't believe in yourself. There are some people who have the ability to bend the laws of physics. Nelson Mandela had this most incredible ability. If he walked into the room, the temperature changed by 3 degrees Celsius. I said to him, what's your dream for like mankind? What's your dream for humanity? And he said, faith is the ability to see the invisible, believe in the impossible, and trust in the unknown. And it's only as I've grown older that I realize what he was actually saying. And I think a lot of us are living in a world today where unless we can see it, touch it, or feel it, we don't believe it to be. And we forget that everything you can see, touch, taste was imagined by someone, created by someone who had to have faith that it would find resonance with mankind. I think we have a duty today to understand the power of what that means. So I think it's part of the course of the universe. But one of the things you learn as you study their history is that they were human. They had hopes and dreams just like you and I. They had doubts too. And the minute you figure that out, you then understand that actually nothing separates them from you, but for the fact that you're waiting for someone like them to show up. So if we're all waiting for the Messiah, who is it? Because we can't all wait. Somebody has to step up. So we talk about Nelson Mandela, but the truth is, Nelson Mandela led a collective of people who fought for the liberation of my country. But actually, there were millions like him who made others even an ultimate sacrifice with their lives. This was actually a collective effort, which means you and me have a duty to become a part of the collective effort of whatever freedom that we're seeking. So if you're waiting for someone to save you, you're it. You are the savior. As you go, you will figure it out. And you've got to trust the universe. It'll meet you halfway. It'll teach you what you need to learn. It'll bring into your world an intersection of people, knowledge, spaces where you can grow your own competence and ability. You don't have to be ready for where you're going. You just have to be ready for what's next. And that's what I mean by there's no Messiah. We all kind of go, well, we need the perfect person so we can create the perfect future. But what you're learning is there is no perfect person for the perfect future. There's the person who's just working on next step. And that's all it is. So I actually don't need the perfect person to come and save me. I can do it myself.
Talent, when we start trying to refine our talent and we do not see results the first week, the second week, it's just like going to the gym. How many of you go to the gym here? Gen Z. How many of you wake up to jog in the morning? Me say I can't resolve my hand because they lie. all right, but I hope if you want to share what you learned, just one person, can you signify just one bold person? You don't know, you might just win something. Someone has won a food voucher. We would announce that very soon. I just said we will announce. All right, so anybody wants to say what they've learned? Anybody? Students, you always like me to call names. Someone who has not spoken before, except you did not watch the video and now you are carrying your face away, I will still call you. Chama, one thing that you learned.
I learned that.
Just tell us your name and then one thing you learned.
My name is Riadi. One thing I learned is that you just have to start. You can't just sit down and hope that things will come to you. Just start and to work out as you go.
Can we give him a round of applause, please? All right, so are we ready? Are we ready? So TDS 2023. Raise the energy. TDS 2023. TDS 2023. You can do better. TDS 2023. Say the time is now. All right, so I'll be bringing up our first speaker for today. And I'm so sure right now is the time for you to bring out your notepad, bring out your pen, bring out your what's it called, your spiritual amplifier that will be helping you catch everything that will be said in this place today. Please don't forget how it's done. When I call the speaker, what do we do? Don't fall my hand. If you fall my hand, we'll fight. Are we ready? Okay, so our first speaker is Mr. Bolajoko Abayowa, and he is a kingdom influencer, a uniqueness coach, a crypto mentor, an author, and radio host. As a kingdom influencer and uniqueness coach, he helps creators to turn their assignment into a unique, profitable global brand. As a radio host, he hosts an inspirational show tagged The Achievers Moment every Monday, 11:05 West African time at Unilorin 89.3 FM, where he shares transformational ideas on how people can achieve success in their areas of influence. He is the author of 3 transformational books, You and Your Domain Volume 1 to 3. He is the convener of the You and Your Domain International Conference, a yearly conference he started in 2016, where he invites kingdom global leaders to help creators to turn their life's assignment into a unique, profitable global brand. As a crypto mentor, he helps creators to build passive income in the crypto space. He is happily married to his best friend and teammate, the amazing Fumilayo Abayowa, and they are blessed with amazing children. If your hands are not too busy, ladies and gentlemen, kindly welcome Mr. Bolajoko Abayowa. Let's do it. No. Oh God, oh God.
You say you love me, never leave me lonely. Na na na. Oh why, oh why? Because of you, I'm feeling so free. I know all day, all night.
If you're excited, can you shout, I am excited?
Yeah, that's why I'm here to say.
No, you guys don't dull me. Don't dull me. Tell your neighbors, they don't dull me this morning. If you're excited to be here, can you shout, I am excited? All right, do something for me. Can you walk 2-3 meters from where you are? Go and give somebody a high five. Say you are looking beautiful and handsome this morning. If nobody is talking to you, you talk to somebody. Leave where you are, walk 2-3 meters, shake somebody's hand, pat somebody on the back, give somebody a big beer hug. Say, I'm super excited to see you here right now.
No one, no one. I'm so amazed the way you rescue my soul.
Fantastic. All right, now say, I am excited to be here this morning. Say, I will not leave here the same way I came. Look at your neighbor. Say, me, you are seeing right now. How are you doing this morning? How's it been so far? Hope you're enjoying yourself. Are you enjoying yourself? Are you enjoying yourself? Right. One of the first things that you must do when you come to a meeting like this is that as you are coming for that meeting, you will drop shyness on the way. I'm a very energetic person, right? I'm a very energetic person. You can't don't sleep on me. Don't even try it. You drop shyness on the way. That me and shyness. This place I am going to, we can't go together. You know, there are some people, they come to meeting, they are just very calm, collected. Say, hello. Say, how are you? Shout. Hey. Oh, sorry. Tell your neighbor, say, not me. Say, not me. Say, me, when I'm living here, I will connect with great people. Say, when I'm living here, I will be 10 times better. How will you be living here? How will you be living here? Rise upon your feet, shout 10 times better. Oh, shout 10 times better. You guys are not ready for me this morning. Tell your neighbor, say, it's not the usual. It's not the usual. All right, you can have your seat. I see you. Let's put our hands together for the convener. Mr. Oladimeji, right? It's not a easy thing to bring people together like this. You know, some people will just say things like, what are they doing that we can't do? Try it. You just come out with program and put flyer. If you see, you know, if you see you try. Talking about people. Right. So one more time, can we rise up? Right. Can you rise up and celebrate this man? Can you rise up and celebrate him? 1, 2, go. Can you put your hands together and celebrate him? Right. Thank you for what you're doing. I know it's a burden. It's a burden of leadership. I pray strength for you. Say amen. I pray strength for you. Nice to see you. How are you doing? I just want to shake a few people. How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? What's the name? Olamide. What's the name? Adiola. What's the name? Ayobami. All right. Can you introduce yourself to somebody beside you just in 1 minute? Introduce yourself. Some people are just laughing, just smiling. Talk. All right, fantastic. You can have your seat. I'm going to tell you a quick story. Once upon a time, there was a guy. If you like to say energy, there was a guy. You guys don't know me in that area. This guy had a land. Right. And there was gold inside the land. For the country and the city where he was living, there was recession. Serious recession. So this guy was wondering, what am I going to do? Right? I just have this piece of land. I have a house. What will I do? What will I eat? He said, let me go for greener. All right. So he heard about another city that was thriving, and was like, let me go to the city. So he sold his land. Somebody say sold his land. He sold the house. They sold the house. He carried the money. I'm going for greener. When he got to the greener pasture, the place, the city, he had a news that where he was coming from, they had discovered gold in that city. Is there gold in that city? He said, wow. It's like things are getting better. It's like God is smiling on the city now. And then he asked the person that was giving him the news. He said, which area did they find the gold? The guy described the area. Then he realized that it was the same house, the same land he was. That was where the gold was found. So but he did not know. And because he did not know, life dealt with him. Somebody say life dealt with him. Obviously, that was what killed him. He couldn't bear the emotional pain. He died of the emotional pain. That what can transform his life was with him all along. And he did not know. And this is true for many people. That what can transform their life is with them. Has always been with them. But they did not know. Somebody say, my eyes are lighted. Say, my eyes are lighted. So it is possible to carry value and not know you carry value. Can I do that? Can I have to use that. All right. It is possible to have value all along and not know you have value. There are people right now that are broke. They have carried their bag and relocated to Brooklyn. They are living in Brooklyn now. Shishi, you know they. Baba, now their last card, they didn't pay for this meeting. Say, paraventure, my life will change. If you are someone like that, your leg led you to the right place. It is possible to have value and not know. I'm telling you. You see, the grand overall designer, God, does not have the capacity to create something, and it's poor. No. How many of you have come outside before and look at the skies? Do you know for thousands of years that sky has been there? Have you ever heard before that sky came down? How many of you have seen stars at night before? Have you seen how stars shine? Have you seen the sun before? When it is 12 noon, how many of you can go outside when the sun is fully shiny? How many of you can look at the sun and stare at the sun? Have you guys seen the moon at night? Have you seen lion before? The one you see now inside Najo Wido. You've seen lion in real life, not the one at Unilorin that ask Kwashoko. The day I saw that lion, oh, I felt pity for the lion. That lion is malnourished. It's close to death. Lion is gigantic. When a lion stands before you, fear will catch you. Should we try it? Please, let the lion come inside. Okay, even this man. That's when you know there is a way out from this room. Lion is gigantic. His appearance alone is threatening. Have you heard about the whale before? Do you know the inches of whale? Now, I'm trying to tell you that the same person that created all these things, in your mind, how will you think that kind of person, that kind of personality can create something that is poor? I can't fathom it. It's not possible. Can iPhone do a camera that is faulty? That is not bad. That is bad. That when it's just be doing, you know what? They don't have the capacity to do it. The people are too brilliant. The people are too smart to create a phone that the camera is bad. Now, those are people God created. So, how about the God himself? Have you seen skyscrapers before? It is people that think about these things. If the people that thought about these things are able to do that, how about the one that gave them the intelligence? Will he have the capacity to do something that is bad, faulty? Every manufacturer that produces a product, if anything happens to that product, their integrity is at stake. I hope you know that. That's why they give you warranty. They give you warranty because this phone that we did, we are rest assured. Go and test it. In fact, before they release it, they test it. Do you know they test it? They test that phone. Before they release it, they try to call. Is it calling? Yes. They try to take a picture. Is it taking pictures? Yes. They try to record. Is it recording? Yes. They test the capacity and the capability of the phone before they now say, okay, this phone is very good. If you use this phone and you discover fault, bring it. We are sure this thing will work. Why warranty is always free? Is it not free? Why? Because they are too sure that this thing will get anything. It won't have any issue. If you have any issue, bring it. So manufacturers' product, the quality of any manufacturer's product reflects on the producer of it. Let me tell you something. If your life is faulty, if your life is faulty, you are not the one that people will talk about. It is the person that created you that has fault. And the person that created you has created so many other people, and we realize he doesn't have capacity to create people that have fault. If anybody is poor, no be God. Tell your neighbor, say no be God. If you are broke, it's not God, because he doesn't have the capacity to create something poor. So if somebody ends up becoming poor, has nothing to do with God. Tell your neighbor, say, I am responsible for how I turn out in life. Say, whatever I become in life, say, Brother Doko, you are the one. Write this formula down. Wealth. I want to show you wealth equation. Then we'll go to discovery, monetization. Wealth. I learned this wealth equation from one of my mentors. W, just write W equals to V. W equals to what? Equals to what? Multiply by N. Then multiply by KP. Then multiply by T. Right? So can you read it out? W equals to what? Yeah? Yeah? Fantastic. All right. So it is possible to have value. That's the first thing I want you to know. It is possible to have value and be broke. There are people who are even influential and they are broke. Yeah, oh, you don't know. Influence does not translate to money. People can know you. Hey, that's my guy, that's my guy. Hey, what's the call? You say, oh, more, I like this guy. You know, get shishi. Why? Because some people don't know the value that they have. Everybody has value. That's the first thing. For some people don't know they have value. Some people know they have value, but they don't know how to translate that value into something that they can exchange for another value. Right? They don't know how to transfer that value to money. That's why this seminar is about monetization. If I want to dwell where, I will dwell on that monetization because that's where a lot of people have issues. You can be a fantastic guy that when you come and sing, oh, yeah, 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 Baba, you don't produce any money. Later, he go tire you. Say, oh, this music. Somebody was chatting to me, I think 2-3 days ago. He said, Baba, you know easy, oh. This guy is a fantastic singer. He's in Lagos. He said, Baba, he know easy. He was asking for urgent 2K. So, when it comes to monetization, open your ears. Tell your neighbor, say ears. How many of you have a business here? You have a business you're doing? You have a business. All right. You don't have any business. Lift up your hands. All right. You don't have any business you're doing. No, lift the hand. I want to see. All right, cool. All right. So there are people who don't know they have any value. There are people who know they have value, but they don't know how to translate that value to cash. That's the reason for this wealth equation. Right? So W is wealth. Somebody say wealth. Times equals to V. W equals to V. V there is value. So the first thing we must do is uncover your value. You have to first of all uncover a value that you have that you can exchange for something else. The world is a marketplace. If you don't have any value to exchange, you will live as a beggar. You must have a value that you can translate to another value. Right? I don't want to mention money. Right? Because money is a thinking of man. Right? What the creator created was value. That was why years ago what we had was trade by what? Like you now, if you want to pay your school fees, you just say, hello sir. You should mail any sir. They will say, bring 32 hours of yam for next semester. Right? So it means anybody that don't have value to show should not expect value in return. So the question is, what value do you have? And God has helped you to a level whereby He made sure you had value. So it is left to you. And the value He made sure you have is idea. Somebody say idea. You are an idea. You are not a thought. What is a thought? What is an idea? What is this happy hour? That's a thought. Who is this? Oladimiji. Wait. Okay, Oladimiji came here. Okay, people are here. They're having a seminar. How to monetize your talent. Wow. That's an idea. An idea is a collection of thoughts put together to solve a problem. Right? So when patterns of thought come together and solves a problem, that is an idea. So I am now telling you that you are not a thought. You are an idea. In other words, you are a collection of thoughts put together to solve a problem. Are you feeling me this morning? So what problem can you solve? What problem can you solve? It has been known for long that people will always have problems. One thing you cannot erase from the head is a time where there will be no problem anymore. Maybe. Now everybody has what? Everybody has problem now. Okay, let everybody selling clothes stop selling clothes. That's when you know everybody has problem. It is because somebody is meeting that need. That's why you're not feeling it. Let people that are selling shoes say, from today, no more shoe. That's why you know. Wow. What are we going? So somebody is meeting that place, and problem has not finished. Yesterday, I had a problem. What was the problem? I wanted to cut my hair, and I don't want to go out. That was a problem. Right? So I was looking for somebody that I can call, that can come home. And I tried different people. Everyone say, till 10 p.m. I say, somebody, a barber will not know that somebody has an issue now. Are you getting what I'm saying? The same way, there are problems right now that are simply calling Oladimeji. That's what the problem is calling. Why? Because you are the solution to the problem. So one of the things you must learn to do in life is align yourself with the problem calling you. Tell your neighbor, say, align yourself with the problem calling your name. There's a problem shouting your name. Everybody can look away from it, but somehow you cannot look away from it. Have you seen some people before? They will enter a place, maybe that place is just a bit scattered. Everybody is just going to go and sit down. They will just say, scatter you right? And he's arranging it. That is a talent. Right? You see, human beings are complicated. If you don't sit down and study yourself, you will not know, you will not see anything. Right? Because your brain functions better when it is focused on something. But you're just waking up. No, you have to sit down. There was a day I sat down. I said, Oga, what are all the things you can do? Write it down. So I want to give you 1-2 minutes. Everything you know you can do, write it down very quickly. Just be writing it. There is no stupid idea. There is nothing like it's a stupid idea. No. Even if it is food, you love eating food, right? Make sure you're writing something. What are the things you love doing? Just write them down. Right? Especially things you love doing that even if there is no monetary compensation, you will do it with joy. Such that if they wake you up in the midnight, you don't mind. You just love doing it. Like me, I just like talking. If I miss you on the road, one of the questions I'll start asking you, what do you love doing? Those questions come naturally. Right? If you have written something, say yes. All right. So let me quickly show you a difference. You are not a talent. You are not an ability. You are an idea. Say, I am an idea. I am not a talent. I am not an ability. You see somebody dancing very well, they say, I'm a dancer. No, you are not a dancer. You are an idea that expresses himself through dancing. Somebody will say, I'm a singer. No, you're not a singer. You only express the idea you represent through singing. Are you getting this? So, you must understand the idea you represent, and that idea you represent in the world has to do with solving a particular problem. So, let me give you an example. Say, for example, somebody who loves humanitarian services here. Maybe you love charity work. Maybe you have even hosted one before. You've hosted like a charity. You have hosted. You've hosted. Yeah. Who else? Who else? All right. So let me give this example. That's your passion. You just love to help people in this area about charity. You know, all these children that have abnormalities. What they call it? Special children. You know, you just love helping children that have special needs. You just love reaching out to them and all of that. Now, people is more of NGO, right? Now, people that are into NGO, are they making money? Yes and no. No, because sir, please, can you support us? We just yes, sir. Can support us, sir. Please, 10,000. We don't. Thank you, sir. But there are some people that are doing it on a large scale. That people come to them. We love what you're doing. We love to support you. So, following the idea you represent and the solution you want to help the world with is a process. So, the money might not come very fast. Are you get what I'm saying?